We're live. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. Ready to rock and roll. I'm actually doing YouTube live and IG live at the same time. Wanted to check this out, see how it works. And just, again, trying to do what I can to give back to people, help people, answer questions, feedback, whatever you want. If you want it, let me know, and then we'll make this happen, bro. Like, it's just about trying to help do the right thing. And there are some key points I want to talk about at first. But overall, bro, like, can we just try and do the right thing for the kids? Like, at the end of the day, that's what I think this is about. Doing the right thing for the kids, trying to help do the right thing for the kids, and make an impact. So, as you guys know, or maybe you've seen, or maybe you haven't seen, we're running a free event between July 31st and August 4th. We're going to finalize all the details, and we're just trying to get interest back from you guys. If you really want it, like, we all talk about how pay to play is a problem. And the problem is that you're not getting the value back that you want. So one of the things that we decided to do, and we're trying to expand this actually, is free events. And the first one we did was a free preseason camp. We want to do a second one where we give back. You don't pay anything. You come train at high level, so it's not just some rinky-dinky camp or whatever. You're getting pushed for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you move on with your day. And it's like that. And it will be in Orlando, Florida. So we're going to finalize all the details, times, dates, all that stuff. We just want to try and help people make better decisions and do the right thing. Is anybody perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. Is my organization perfect? No, we're not. But we will always try to do the right thing. And we felt that this was the right moment to try and give back and do what we can to help people make better decisions and experience good training without having to pay an arm and a leg for it. And that's what we're trying to do with this. But like I said, we want to see that you guys want this, because we talk about it being a problem, but we don't always see from you guys that you want this. Like, you don't need to pay us for the event. You can come, spend the 2-3 days, whatever it is, train, and make it happen. And what we're trying to do is, to be honest with you, we are trying to make it happen where we can go to other states and other cities, and offer this type of stuff. But we have to have proof of concept here. And that's the thing I think people are like kind of getting stuck on, is like, proof of concept needs to be here first. This is our hometown. We have a facility that we can run it in, and we can eat that cost. But if we can prove the concept and we can make it happen consistently, then we can look to continue to expand doing this in other cities and other states, which we want to do. We want to get to that point where we can do that. But we need your guys' support with the interest in showing that you want to be here and that you want to do these things, because we'll do it. We'll make it happen. We've already done the first one. We had 15 to 20 kids. I don't remember the exact number. And we'll make it happen again and again and again. But we need to know from you guys, we want to see from you guys that you guys actually want this and you want to make it happen. And if you want it, I've had 2 or 3 people actually reach out to me and say, hey, we want to do this in another state. Like, if you want to, send us a DM or send me a DM, and Tiago and I will evaluate, how, why, when, where, and when can we do something like that. And it's just trying to do the right thing, bro. It's not easy, but it's trying to do things that give people a platform to be successful. Like, I saw an organization, or I should say somebody sent me something from another organization, and it was a $500 preseason camp. I'm like, Jesus. Like, I get it. Like, make your money. You have fees to pay and whatever. But I'm like, you know what? And that's when we started thinking, like, we keep talking about doing stuff for free. Kyle, you keep posting stuff about trying to do the right stuff. And we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just take the risk. Let's just take the risk. We'll figure it out. I don't know how, why, when, where. We'll figure it out. So we did the first one. We really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I'm having trouble with this freaking YouTube one. Sorry. And we enjoyed it, bro. Like, I can't deny it. Like, it was cool to actually give back and, volunteer my time and help people. Like, I've done it a few times, and it just, you feel good about doing stuff like that. And I think it kind of helps relay the message that we want to do. Like, our program is not free, but we're willing to do stuff extra for people free of cost. Not many places are willing to do that, and that's why we made that video saying we challenge other organizations to do the same. I'll be honest, I don't expect many people to do it. I think one or two will, because there's some friends that I have that own organizations, and they'll probably do it. But like I'm talking about the big boys that have big organizations and tons of players. They don't need to do that, bro, and they know that parents are always going to pay them. But trying to bring awareness to it is what we think will make an impact. So that's what we're kind of going big on. This is putting time, effort, and energy into doing a free event, and I think that'll help generate interest and help generate desire and people wanting to do that, and we'll do it. And like I said, in Orlando, it's easy. We live here, so for us, we have our own facility. We can then supply the equipment, which we already have, the cones and all that stuff. The only cost we have to pay for is the facility lights, what you would call court time or field time, staff, stuff like that. We can eat that cost and figure it out. But that's what happens when you have a nonprofit as well. Like we have a 501c3 nonprofit, and just for reference for us, like we want the nonprofit to be completely free for kids. We don't want anybody to pay anything for it. So there are other nonprofits that are big time cash cows, and that's their business, and that's cool. But for us, we're like, we'd rather make it free for kids so they can play and not be tied down to not being able to participate because there's not, or they don't have the money to do so. And that's just, in my opinion, not the right thing. If you don't have the money, that's okay. And that's why we want to do events like this. And if we can pull it to make it around the world or around the country, man, we'll do it. Like, it's okay. But we just need to prove a concept. And we want to see that you guys want this. Like, I've had a couple people show interest, which is great. But, like, I'm a little surprised that it hasn't hit as big as we thought it was in terms of, like, hey, there's people trying to do not just a recreational program, but, like, high-level programming where you can come and train, get a great workout in, push yourself, really get prepared for the season and push. So we want to be those guys, man, to make that happen. So don't forget, ask any questions you have. I'll try and get to them. I kind of went on a little rant there. I'm sorry. I am from Northern Virginia, actually. I was born and raised in the DMV. Yes, please come to Arizona. We have a facility. My dad will pay for it. Nazi, if you want to send me a DM, we can look at it and see if there's a way we can make that happen. We can see if there's something we want to do, and if we can mutually find a way to make it happen, we'll do it. But yeah, we're in Orlando, Florida. Hey, where can we get skill development exercises for UA kids? First-time coach, but played soccer most of my life. Town, send me a DM, or really, if you just want to go to my bio link, you can see all the online programming that I have completely free, and I have ball skill exercises that you can do. I would probably recommend, if you're talking about U8, I would work on or download or get access to my Developing Touch, because that's very basic ball skills with different formats, and I think there's 3 or 4 formats that you can use. Juggling, dribbling, skills, and there might be one more. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, it's all there for you, and you can just download it for free. No problem. All my online content is now free, so that's what we're doing. So, let's see, man. Hey, I joined late. When, where, and when, and what age? So it's our free program that we're going to be doing. It's our preseason camp. We're trying to finalize all the details, and really we want to see the interest of it. It's going to be in Orlando, Florida, between the dates of July 31st and August 4th. So between then, depending on the interest that we get, we'll make a decision on how many days and whatnot. But it's 100% free. You don't need to pay anything. So if we don't get a lot of interest, then we won't do it. If we do get the interest, we will do it. It just depends on what we get back from you guys. So good question. And just for reference, I am doing live on Instagram and I'm doing live on YouTube. So I have both platforms running. Just be aware that if somebody asks a question on either platform, I'll try and answer on that platform. And obviously you'll see it on the other side, but that's okay. So what do you think about $10,000 for an ECNL team, not including travel costs? Bailey, do you want to come on the live and chat about that? I'll be more than happy to have that conversation with you. And it's hard for me to give you that honest answer. I don't know you. I don't know your situation. I don't know anything about you. But if you want to come on the live with your mom or your dad or whoever I'm talking with, we can have that conversation and figure it out and see if we can make a good decision. Why do players always kick it right at the goalkeeper? That's a good question, but I'll tell you why, at least from my perspective. They haven't had the time and dedication in training to practice finishing. And good question. There's a difference between finishing and shooting. Big difference. Finishing is you pick a corner, or I should say pick a spot, and you're trying to hit that spot. So, for example, bottom right corner. So I'm going to goal. I see the goalkeeper on the left side. I want to hit the bottom right corner. That's what I'm aiming for, and that's what I'm looking to do. That's finishing. And most players, especially young kids, or not even young kids, but youth players, they haven't had the training time with finishing. They've been taught how to shoot, which is, in my opinion, you pick a side of the goal, left side or right side, and you hit hard. You don't know if it's actually going to go there, but that's what you're trying to do. You're picking a side and you're hitting hard, and you're hoping the ball goes on that side. And you might get lucky and it hits top corner, and you might not. So with that type of situation, you're sacrificing accuracy for power. Now, obviously, if you go to the extreme, you're going to that thing will fly anywhere, and you don't know where it's going to go, and it 9 times out of 10 won't be a good shot. But those are just references. I hope that helps, because, yeah, I mean, most kids I watch, even in ECNL and MLS Next, they don't know the difference between finishing and shooting, even at older ages. And I'm like, you don't know the difference between finishing and shooting? And if you don't know that, that's a fundamental problem, because it's a huge difference. Some people think it's the same, and it's obviously not. So, just interesting. Ricky said, son plays for a elite. I love that word. Love that. Elite. Pre-ECNL U9 club. So, Ricky, before I answer the rest of your question, because I think it's a valid question, dude, no U9 team is elite. If that's the marketing they want to use, cool, but just be aware that I don't buy that, like, personally, like, because kids, how do I explain this to you? An elite U9 kid now might not be elite at U12, and I'm always looking at this at the end game, like where we're at right now. And actually, this is kind of the next thing I want to talk about, and this will lead in with with this point, I guess. Ricky, do you want to come on the live? We can talk about it if you want. And or as priest, good point. But yeah, so I mean, for me, like kids, and I'll get to this too. But kids have ups and downs all the time. Like the top U9 kids aren't the top U14 kids half the time. We're more than half. So if that's the case, then being the elite, is that what they actually call them? The elite? What was the title of it? That was pretty funny, man. The elite pre-ECNL. That's what they actually call the team. Elite pre-ECNL U9. That's hysterical if they do, because that's terrible. I think that's terrible. I'll invite you in right now, Ricky. Don't worry. Oh, it's not letting me invite you in. It lets me. Hold on. I don't know why. That's interesting, Ricky. It is not letting me invite you in. Maybe your thing is private. Not sure. But okay, so I'll try and answer your question. If I can get you in, cool. I don't know if it's going to let me, because it's telling me that I can't invite you. So that tells me, I think, that your settings are on private. I'm guessing. So let me see. It says you need the latest version of Instagram. That's what it's telling me. That's why I can't invite you. So you're on an older version of Instagram. But anyway, so if you want to update it, cool. If not, no problem. But I'll try and answer your question. So how do you identify a goalkeeper? So how honest, Ricky, do you want me to be? Do you want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to tell you what most parents want to hear? Because there's two sides to that. I can tell you the actual truth, or I can tell you what parents want to hear, and it's not the same. So what do you want? Do you want the truth, or do you want the parental, diplomatic answer? Okay, so truth. So there should not, in my opinion, be a dedicated goalkeeper until like U12, U13. That's me personally. In fact, like I'm a big believer in what a lot of European clubs are doing and the Croatian Football Federation programming, and they don't have dedicated goalkeepers till U13. So if you look at their curriculum, and I put it in my playbook, you can read this. I put the actual thing in. They say no designated goalkeeper until U13. But again, they're trying to develop elite level players. We are not. Like, our system is not designed to develop elite level players, regardless of what the league tells you, regardless of what the badge on your shoulder or your child's shoulder tells you. Like again, I think a lot of people don't understand this or realize this. Like, I've played through the entire youth system, the whole thing, top to bottom. I've been through the whole thing. Like, it's not designed for you to have success. It's not designed for you to get out of here. It's not designed for you to get to the next level. Again, if you look at college programs, they're recruiting more and more internationals. Why? Because they have a better level. They have more experience. Their players are mentally stronger because their moms and dads aren't paying thousands of dollars, so their parents feel like they have a privilege to have an impact on the team, even though they don't know almost anything about the sport, if that makes sense. So, like, parents don't get away with murder like they do here in international countries. It just doesn't happen to the same level. But to answer the second point, or kind of what I wanted to talk about, and this is something that I think people kind of get lost in, and I put it in the playbook. Jolie, the camp is going to be in Orlando, Florida. Orlando, Florida, between July 31st and August 4th. We're going to finalize all the date and times shortly. We're just waiting on to see the interest back and what we want to do. So 100% free too. So Orlando, Florida. And so I've talked about this a couple of times, and I think this will help summarize it. I put it out as some tweets earlier. And if your son or daughter is not a generational talent, and this is almost everybody's kid, and I'm sure everybody in this chat, your son or daughter is not a generational talent. A generational talent is a player that will be a professional by 15, 16, or 17 at the latest years old. That's generational talent level, right? They're going to get, like, you might have seen the kid that's in Brazil. I think his name is Endrick. He's just signed for Real Madrid. He's already a pro at 16. And he just signed for Real Madrid for 20 million euros or whatever it was. And that is a generational talent. So most kids aren't that, or almost all of the kids are not. And that's fine. So what am I trying to get to with this? Since your son and daughter is not a generational talent, there are 3 zones of development, in my opinion. Okay? Zone 1 is between birth and 15 years old. So I'm going to say that again. Between birth and 15 years old. Birth, 15. Birth, 15. Okay, now we understand that. This is the first phase, zone 1. And in zone 1, this is all about development and preparation. Development and preparation. That's zone 1. So the idea with this is you're trying to develop and prepare your player to be ready for zone 2. So you need to be doing everything that you can. I should rephrase that. If your son or daughter says, Mom and Dad, I want to be a pro, or I want to go play Division I college, or anything like that, then this is my recommendation of the zones, right? So zone 1 is development and preparation for zone 2. So zone 2 is 15 years old to 18, 19 years old. That's zone 2. And in zone 2, what's the word that I used for this? Hold on, I wrote it down. I want to get it correct. I used the opportunity window. Zone 2 is your opportunity window for your child between 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 19 years old. Okay, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're talking up to 5 years. Okay, 19's really pushing it. Honestly, it's really pushing it. So 18 is late as well, but you can still do a lot of things at 18. Like, a lot of people will take an 18-year-old, but you're trying to hit this you're trying to hit this opportunity window. The opportunity window is the actual exposure your player needs to get to the next level. If you don't have the player that has been developed and prepared for zone 2, then he's not getting, or she's not getting to the next level, which would be college or professional. And okay, you can go to a low-level college and play, like, honestly, they have almost recreational colleges. Like, this exists. I've seen them. And that's cool. If you want to do that, you can be a student athlete at a recreational college. Like, that's cool. No problem. And you can be on the team and maybe get a scholarship. Cool. But the level's very low. Like, I mean, low. Like, I wouldn't even classify it as college soccer. They do, because it technically is, but it's very low. So where am I going with that? The opportunity window is that period. So all this development and preparation that you've been doing is for that zone 2. So your child has to be prepared developed and prepared for zone 2, so that way when they're at certain events and they already have their network, they can then hopefully take their hands or like grab the opportunity and take it, and that way they get a scholarship or they get a professional contract if they're really good. Okay, but like that's it. Zone 3 then is you've now earned that next step, if that makes sense. So zone 3 is you're now going to Division 1 college or pro or Division 2 college or Division 3, and you got a good scholarship and whatever, right? That's the idea behind it. I mean, obviously there's levels to this zone, but that's the idea. And then this is the funny part. There's really a zone 4, but I'm just calling it zone 3. The real work starts when you get to zone 3, or the new start. You like start the zone over in terms of like, okay, you've now made it, so now you're Division 1. Let's say you're playing college. You're D1 college now, cool. Well, now you got to go back to work again and start over because now you're at a brand new program. You got to the next level, but now there's levels above that. So get back to work, right? You know what I'm saying? Is this recorded? Yes, Ponte, it is recorded. It will be available on YouTube and it will be available on Instagram Live. I have all of it here. And I'm saving all of them, so they'll all be available. Yeah, so you can watch it back, no problem. And I hope that helps me with zones. I think that's really important because everybody gets so lost on the, oh my God, my kid needs to win. I'm going to this tournament. I'm paying for my son to win. No. Well, you may be. I recommend, this is how I do it. I don't have a son, but if I had a son, I would be paying for his development, his experience, and his learning. That's what I would be paying for because, like, oh, I need to write this down. Hold on. This is important because I didn't, and I just remembered it. Okay, so, like, check this out. How many of you guys invest in stocks? How many of you invest in stocks? Like the stock market? You guys invest in stocks? Anybody? Stocks? YouTube, Instagram, stocks? Anybody in stocks? Because here's the thing. Stock market, right? Basically, again, I'm not an expert in stocks, so don't take this, don't take this as, you know, the how do I explain this? The end all be all answer, but it's the principle of the theme, right? So the theme is over history or the course of history, the stock market has typically gone up. You've put money into the stock market. Let's say you put $1,000 into it, and over the course of 10 years, you're going to have a growth. You're going to be up. You're not going to be down. Are there some years that it's down? Yes. There are some years that you'll have a down year, or you'll have a downturn, or whatever. Okay? But the general theme is it's going to go up. So you put money in as an investment. And like people say, oh, well, don't think of it as an investment in your kid. You are investing in your kid. That's what pay to play is for. Even if you buy a course online for yourself, you're investing in yourself. If you're going out and practicing another language, you're investing in yourself. It's one of the best things you can do. But like the problem again becomes is you're investing into something. So youth development or youth soccer, and you're getting these badges that tell you you're the shit. Part of my French. And the return on investment is not there. So you put money into this, right? You put money into this, and you're not getting the value back on it. So let's use a simple number. You put $1,000 in, right? You just started your first year, and the value you got back on the money you've put in is $300. Okay, so if you were to relate that back to the stock market, that would be, let's say year one, that'd be a down year, right? That's a down year, okay? If it happens again, probably not a good stock, right? You're probably not going to invest in that stock again, right? I mean, you tell me. But, so you go to year two, you put another $1,000 in for the youth development and this club that you're playing for. And you again lose money. You got $400 this time, but it's still a loss. So now you've lost $1,500. Like, that's not a win for you. You should be putting money in. So let's say again, you put $1,000 in, and you should be getting $2,000 back. So you get your initial investment value back, and then you get an additional $1,000 in value back. That's how that should work. But parents, I got to be honest with you, You're the ones that have let the system get to this point where cash cows, or basically any organization, even if they're not a cash cow yet, can milk you of money and give you $100 worth of value back. Like, that's ridiculous. But maybe not you directly, but parents have allowed this to happen, and that's why there's 25 leagues plus in the state of Florida alone. Like, bro, why on earth are there 25 leagues in the state of Florida? Like, what are we doing? Why? Money. And they're all advertising, oh, well, you know what? We have exposure, and you can come to this event, you're going to get exposed, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, God. And you guys all bite that, dude, and you all believe it, bro. Like, you all buy that. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you buying that? Oh, God. You know, I always tell people, bro, it's harder, like, this is my honest opinion, it's harder to do the right thing than it is to do the wrong thing. Like, give you an example. I have my own organization, my own club. And to try and push kids to their limit, you have to have the parents bought into that. And we lose parents and kids all the time because we push their children to the max, or we focus on fundamentals. And parents go, well, my child needs a different type of training. Your kid still can't use his left foot, but you think he needs a different type of training. Your son still doesn't know that he has to go back on defense, but you think he needs a different type of training. Like, yo, what? Like, did you listen to what I just said? Like, no joke, bro. I had a conversation with a parent, and this is probably a month ago. They're like, oh, Kyle, you know, we think we're going to go in a different direction. I'm like, okay, that's cool, man. And they said, any advice? Yeah, I would recommend you work on fundamentals. They're like, still? I'm like, you want the truth? They're like, yeah. I'm like, you sure you want the truth? Yeah. Your son doesn't know how to go play defense. He loses the ball and he walks around. Like, he goes to a higher level. He ain't playing because he's not Messi. He's okay for his age. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and allowing him to get away with that, bro, your kid's not going to have success at a high level. Like, you don't think so? No, it's not that I don't think so. I know so. Your son does not play defense. Defense is a fundamental part of the game. If your kid doesn't want to go play defense and he's not at Messi's level or Ronaldo's level or Neymar's level, then yeah, he's not going to play at a high level. And they're like, oh, we might go to this organization. Like, you're going to go there? That's like rec. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess based on what you're telling me, because you don't want the kid to work on his fundamentals and work on his defense, then that would make sense. He'll go be a Messi on that team. But he's not a Messi on a high-level team. You understand what I'm saying? Like people need to understand, like, really, there are levels to this game. Like, there are levels. There's just basic 3 levels at a tournament. There's gold, silver, and bronze. I'd love to see parents lose their mind and go nuts when their kid plays in bronze and they win 10-0 as an example. And I'm like, okay, your kid looks like Messi in bronze. Let's put him in gold. Oh, it's too hard. Okay, so you just want to win. You don't want to actually watch your kid struggle and improve. And then we wonder why we suck. And it's like, bro, like, what are we talking about? Like, I had this conversation the other day, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we do maybe have like a 1% or less than 1% of players and teams doing the right thing and like performing at a decent level. But I'm like, if you look at the rest, like, just use my state, Florida. Dude, 90% of the teams, bronze, silver, and gold, still can't play from the back. People still can't play 1v1. I see coaches on the sideline screaming, boot it, kick it, and send it. And parents are screaming, send it! Kick it! And the coach is like, boot it! And I'm like, oh my God. But that's American soccer for you, baby. That ain't football, bro. That ain't football. No, but listen. Rather watch them struggle and improve than watch 10-0 win games. How many parents are like you, though? Like, seriously. Like, okay, let's say you say that and you're legitimate. Then why on earth, like, the average parent is not like that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they don't do that. They don't care about doing that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're not there because they want to see their kid improve. They're there because they want to see their kid win. You might be like that, but you're a 2% parent. The average parent is not like that, you know? So it's hard, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's harder to do the right thing than it is to do the wrong thing. Like, if you just cash cow it, it's so much easier. And I have this conversation all the time. God, man, do we just cash cow it and just make more money? Because that's what all the parents want. They want to be on a winning team. They don't care about development. Hey, Arteta! Como está? Tudo bem? Amigo, tudo bem, tudo bem, tudo bem. Honestly, the biggest problem in the U.S. soccer is not the cash cows. It's uneducated parents who have never played sport level. Yeah, Ricky, I've talked about that. I mean, it's parents that don't know what they're doing. They don't know what it takes. They don't know anything about it, and then they wonder why they can't do something at a high level, and their kids aren't high level because they don't have the level. Like, it's just like, hello? It's not that hard. It's not. It's really not. But again, they've never done it. So my daughter made an elite cash cow club, and we discussed it with her, and as a family resulting in making a decision to go with a club that outlined development. Yeah. Like, again, if you think about Mila, if you think about those 3 zones that I gave you, right? I don't mean this in a negative way, but Mr. G! To the bane! Oh, I gotta turn up my volume. Mr. G! What the? We just lost him. I don't know where he went. He disappeared. Well, we'll try and get him back in. That was Tiago, the guy that I'm working with High Soccer, that we're trying to do free events for people around, at least in Florida to start, and then hopefully around the country. We're gonna try and build that. Let me see if I can get him back in. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. And we can talk about it a little bit more in detail. But what was I saying? I was like, this man jumped out. I'm like, where'd he go?
Sorry, man. How is everything?
Bro, living the dream. Bro, living the dream. So people are asking me about this free camp stuff. So you want to fill them in a little bit?
Yeah, I think, like, first of all, thank you for opening your Instagram, Kyle, to bring the community that opportunity. We're gonna continue that. I think this is one of the things that drive us, like, to continue doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, I really believe on that. I really believe that giving away, we always have gains. You know, it's not just about money. It's about giving back to the community. So we are planning. Did you announce the date already or no?
We've talked about July 31st to August 4th, but Tiago and I will finalize what day and what time. So you'll have that answer within the next 24 to 48 hours. We just want to see what the interest is. Yeah. But, like, and this is the thing that me and Tiago were talking about since he's in here, and he can help add value to this. Like, if you guys really want this and you want to work with us, we can bring events around the country. Like, it's okay. We'll do that. So we got a team of guys, staff-wise, that we can bring and run a profile event and make it free for kids. That's what we want to do.
So let's do one thing, Kyle.
Yeah.
Like, I can talk in Portuguese. There's some friends of mine, like, join the live.
Yeah.
And I'm going to can you invite Stefan? That way.
Can we invite a third person?
So there was someone here asking, where's your camp? It's Orlando.
Orlando. Hold on, I'm inviting Stefano right now. Does it work?
Orlando. Where in Orlando is, you can follow us, High Soccer.
You should follow us. High Soccer Arena is the location of the event.
Edu Del Pupo, obrigado por entrar na live. Edu is a good friend of mine. We might have a coffee today.
Opa.
Thank you so much for.
I've invited Stefano, but I don't know if it's going to let it. Can you invite 3 people into a live?
Yeah, you can.
I've invited him, so I'm waiting for Stefano. Hey, Professor! Professor! Man, you guys must be together or something. Oh my God, it looks like The Office. Oh no. Profe, ¿qué pasa?
So, hey, I'm gonna ask Kyle, if you let me ask the people, like, click on this little, like, airplane and send to the most people that you can. So let's do some announcement here in Portuguese, English, and Spanish. I think it would be great.
Yeah, please, guys, if you want to hit share, because now we have English, we're going to have Portuguese, we're going to have Spanish. You can invite anybody in so we can do this free camp. And we got Mr. Arteta right here, Stefano.
Yeah.
I'm fine. How are
Man, I didn't even know you could invite more than one person into the live. That's funny. I had no
Yeah,
idea.
you can put up to 4.
Woo!
Let's break the internet.
Break the internet, baby. Let's go. So yeah, share this to everybody. Send this to people. Let them know what's up. Tell your friends to join this about this free event that we're running.
Yeah.
And let's make it happen because it's all about bringing value to people, man, and just letting people know. Like, you know, we've all talked about the issues with pay to play and whatnot, and like you guys aren't getting the value back on it. And this is why we made the decision to say, hey, let's do a free event for people. And it can be people within our organization. It can be people outside the organization. It can be people in Miami, Dallas, Los Angeles. If you want to come and take advantage, please feel free to do so. Like, there's no limit. Like, it's not like, oh, you have to be from this location. You can be from anywhere you want and come to the event.
If you speak Português, você pode perguntar aqui em português o que vocês quiserem. In Spanish, Stefano, ¿puede hablar algo?
Sí, cualquier duda que tengan en español estoy para poder ayudarles también.
Listo. Sí, profe. Entonces, like, let's wait, Kyle. Let's wait to help us to put like 50. 50 is good on the live. 60. And we can announce the dates. What is it?
We can. Yeah, we can. We can. How do you sign up? So, Diego, good question. I'll put it in English first. So, right now, all you have to do to get in, we will send out a registration link at some point. But all you have to do to get in is tag 3 people in our video. You have to share the video and then follow High Soccer Prospects, High Soccer Arena, my account, and Tiago Cucci. And you might as well add Stefano to the list. Add Stefano at this point.
Stefano, what is your Instagram?
What is your Instagram, Profe?
Stefano 7.
Oh, hey.
Just comment. We can beam.
Yeah, so it's simple, man. You guys just have to tag 3 friends in the comments of the video. I'll write it down. Tag 3 friends, share the video,
Yeah.
and then follow 5 accounts. It's easy. And 3 of them are right here, so all you have to do is hit follow here, follow here, follow here. It's super simple. Like, it's not even hard, bro. Like, you just got to hit a button and move it. Oops, but I did not, oops, comment failed to post. It didn't even let me post it.
So, it's easy.
It did not let me post it. I don't know why. I said it failed to post. Not sure why I did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, this free event, again, will be open to anybody. You can be from another country, too, if you want. If you want to come to Orlando for a free training, 3-4 days, whatever it is, show up and let's rock, bro. We ready to put this through the door, man.
Let's rock, Stefano. En español, ¿tú quieres hablar algo de lo que?
Que va a ser un gratuito, que es una innovación, que va a ser del 31 de julio al 2 de agosto aquí en High Soccer Arena, que tienen que seguir las cuentas por Ten Hag y eso.
No solo mi, profe, es tuyo también.
No, la cuenta de Thiago, la cuenta de High Soccer Arena, de
Sí, claro.
y la mía.
Claro. We here to make this big, bro. We're here to help people. That's what it's about. Helping people be better.
Correct. And now in Portuguese, really quick, because I saw some friends of mine.
Yeah.
Pessoal, se vocês estiverem em Orlando, alguns eu sei que não estão no Brasil. Mas se vocês estiverem em Orlando, vai ter um acampamento, um pré-season, 31 de julho a 2 de agosto. Então é só seguir o Caio e todas as recomendações que ele está falando. E aí vocês podem ter um camp totalmente grátis. What is the value of the camp, Kyle? What is the value of
I mean, if you had to tell me what the value is, I would actually like to ask the people. We had some people go to the camp, the last one. I would love to know what they thought the value was. Like, I can put $1 on it, but I would love to see what people think the value. Let us know in the comments below, or what do you think the value of a camp is that you get for free, and it's high-level training.
Yeah.
I would love to know what you guys think, like in the comments below, if you think it's worthwhile or not. And what you think the value would be. So let's use this number. 1.5 hours, 3 days. High intense training. You can ask the kids that came. They were burning, bro. They were gassed. So from a parent perspective, what do you think the value of that camp would be? Profe, ¿qué piensas? El costo del campo.
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking in Portuguese.
Pienso que es una buena idea ayudar a los chicos de alguna forma y bueno, creo que esto ha sido muy buena Ten Hag siendo gratis, yo pienso que la gente puede pensar que es bueno, porque siempre siendo algo gratis en Estados Unidos, yo pienso que es difícil conseguir algo de esto gratuitamente.
Claro,
Es verdad.
claro.
Es verdad. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta en español para el profe? Y Caio, si tú puedes hablar español también, de lo que va a ser bueno. Hablamos un poquito español, después en inglés y dan.
Claro, es más fácil. La tiempo de los días. Probabilidad le camp de pasado es 1 hora 30 minutos. Pero los niños, muy cansados después.
Sí.
I love that. This guy said in USA, nothing is free. That's cool you guys are doing this. You're right. No, but to your point, Diego, actually nothing is free. And like, I'm glad you brought that up because like, we do have cost.
Yeah.
We're eating that cost because we said, you know what, we'll give back to you guys to be able to come do something. So, like,
Definitely. We have water, we have rent, we have field rentals,
yep,
we have
staff,
the to pay, everything.
equipment,
So,
lights. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that goes into this that you guys don't even think about, and that's okay. Like, you know, everything costs money. There's nothing that's free, but we made the decision that we will eat the cost on it.
Yeah, Kat is asking Kyle, how many hours will be the camp?
Good question, Kat. So the last one we did, it was an hour and a half. We're gonna plan to do the same thing because we're gonna keep. What we'll probably do is we'll open up to have more players participate, but we have 4 fields. We have 1 futsal court and we have 3 turf fields. So we can put 10 to 15 players or whatever number it is on each field, and they can burn hour and a half. What I mean by burn is they be pushed, and then you guys get in, get out, you get done. Like, to be honest with you, I am not a fan of having kids train more than 2 hours at a time. Like, after really an hour and a half after they're being pushed, like their level of performance just dips significantly, and they can't consistently stay at a high level. Like, we want them, correct, profe? Nosotros queramos los niños hacer un nivel alto en el entrenamiento. So if they can keep the level high by being pushed for an hour and a half, it's gold. If we have to keep them for 3 or 4 hours and then they burn out after an hour and a half, then it's just wasting everybody's time. That's my personal opinion. So I hope that answers your question, Kat.
Aquí dice, bueno, hay alguien que no habla inglés y dice, lo que dice Kyle es que, bueno, que va a ser 1 hora y media por día, 3 días, que va a ser un trabajo intenso. Eso básicamente es lo que explico.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mom. To Live Chase, she's saying that community needs more of this. This is what we are trying to change on the community. Like, at least I think there's a Texas location, someone doing something free after we post that, Kyle. That is really good. So we want to spread that, you know, like we want to have more people doing the same thing. And this is a good thing for people to copy. We don't care about copying it. So this is good because at the end of the day, the kids will be benefit on that. You know, like this is the
I was
main
gonna say,
goal, you know?
I was gonna say exact same thing. Like, the more people that can do this, it's actually better. Like, we're not looking at this from saying, oh, we have to be the only ones that do it. Anybody can have a free event.
Yeah.
But the more people that can do free events, it just adds value to what they're doing, which is good.
Para que su hijo participe debe seguir la cuenta de High Soccer Arena Prospects, Santiago, de Kyle, y creo, bueno, la mía ya la sigue.
Yeah, it is. Hey, it's easier, guys. If you guys are watching us right now, you just click on the top left and you see all the accounts. You follow right now.
Hit follow.
Just to give you like 30 seconds to do it. Done.
Yeah, you got it. 30 seconds, man. That's it. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like this, and this is the thing. Like, since Thiago, we have you on the thing. You and I talk about this all the time. Like, nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. Stefano's not perfect. Thiago's not perfect. I don't think, like, you know, I post all this content about the situations, the problems that arise. I'm not asking for anybody to be perfect, but I am asking for people to try to do the right thing. So for sure, we're gonna make mistakes. For sure, I'll make mistakes. For sure, Thiago will make mistakes. For sure, Stefano will make mistakes. I mean, I heard he had to play goalie on Monday night. Portero and Lunes, profe, no? So, yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect, but, you know, if you just try to do the right thing, you try and give back, you know, we feel like that's a win.
No, you're right. And also about money, you always say about cash cow. Like, of course we make money, but we are always trying to deliver the best that we can.
Yeah.
You know? So it looks like he's easy, but there's a lot of people that don't do that. You know, we are trying to do the right thing, and this is what we do. So there's someone saying that mi hijo is in High Soccer Arena. Thank you so much. There's my friend Boxing, Studio Boxing. Thank you. Obrigado por seguir aí. FIFA tournament. We talk about this later. Mi hijo es Jorge Stefano. Ahí está.
Jorgito, el bicho.
Hey!
Mi amigo que entró ahora, que se llama Geraldo Melisma. ¿Tú sabes quién es este? Muy famoso en Orlando. Hey, Geraldo, gracias.
Gerardo, ¿cómo está? ¿Todo bien? Oh, we have a comment from Lips Limited. Do you guys have a coach spot for me to try? Try? You ain't trying, bro. You're in.
Saludos, Geraldo. So, Kyle,
Yeah.
after we announce the date, 31st to the 2nd, what I need to do now, I got to work on a link.
Yep.
So, I'm going to leave this live right now. I'm going to work on the link, and
Done.
I think today we're going to have the link ready.
Yep.
We can share, and let's make the difference, and a little impact on the community will help.
That's it. We just trying, like you said, we're trying to get back, trying to be different, and get kids to play soccer for free. And the best part is get ready for the season. And like I said, it's free. Just show up, train. All you got to do is register, and you'll be there ready to work.
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm leaving, guys. You guys can stay. Thank you so much for inviting me, Kyle.
Done.
And continue that great work. Igor.
Ciao, professor.
Igor Alves, thank you for joining.
See you guys later, man. Have a good day. I'll keep talking for a couple more minutes, but these guys are getting out of here, so we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Done. But Nazi Friel, if you want to connect us with your dad, we'll be happy to talk with him if it's possible, where we can set up something where we go to Arizona and we run an event. We can make that happen, and we'll rock it. Like, it's okay, no problem. But yeah, it's just that stuff, man. And then last two things I have. Again, just trying to bring some stuff back to you. Playbook. It's ready. I have the audio version already out. You can listen to it today, tomorrow, forever. It's about an hour and a half. I think like 2 or 3 minutes over, maybe a couple more. I don't remember. But it's available. You can listen to the whole playbook. There are 2 parts that I did not put in there, just because I wanted to keep it shorter. And those are like things that I made mistakes on personally. And then as well, stuff about like competition formats and MLS academies and how they work and whatnot. And it's just, again, providing education. And then I do need to add this part as well. Some people have asked me about girls. What should girls do? It's almost identical from a playbook perspective in terms of like how do you operate it and what should you do. But there is like 1 or 2 small differences. And like, again, if I had a daughter, I would make her play with boys, or I shouldn't say make her. I would have her play with boys basically full time until she physically could not do it anymore. Because the girls that I've worked with, and some have gone on to be very good players, like one of them was a big time D1 player, was banging in goals, like 30 to 40 goals a season. And she played with boys pretty much her entire life, and it adds so much value to girls, in my opinion, because girls soccer does not have the same level of athleticism or dynamic, and boys are more aggressive typically than girls in playing. So and then especially in the younger ages, girls are probably physically stronger than boys because they hit puberty faster. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Is there an exception to every rule? Sure, exception. But the idea is that girls will usually grow first or faster than a boy will until a certain age, and then the physical differences obviously start outweighing. And then you just got to make the decision with your child at that point, what's the next step for us. But let's say they do 4 or 5 years just boys, or like, let's say 90% primarily boys, you're going to have a completely different type of girl in your hand. And it's so important in my opinion, like for girls. So that would be the key kicker for me. And that'd be one of the, if not the main priority difference or difference to the playbook in that respect. Anybody, just last thing, I got like a couple minutes left, then I'm off because I got to get ready to do some work. Anybody have any conversation they want to have in terms of like questions or things they want to have answered? I can be more than happy to do that. If you want to jump on the live and we can have a conversation. I know there was somebody that I was DMing with earlier. I don't know if he's in here or not. That had some questions about what to do and why to do it. And I'll be more than happy to answer that. But it's hard, bro. Like, again, do I have every single answer? No, I don't. But I do think I try to give perspective, and I like the thing that I always try to do, like I look at this from the long-term play. Like, what is my goal? My goal is to help develop and help place the next generation of professional players in this country, and get them to the level of the Champions League. Like that's my goal. So if I'm gonna do that, I have to be completely honest and transparent and have a plan that I would follow, aka the playbook. That's my plan. Okay. How do you practice finishing effectively? Well, I mean, it's going to take. There's no shortcut. Nothing you can do in life will be a shortcut, but you have to spend hours, literally hours. And actually, what you can do is you can go to YouTube right now, and one person you can look up is Harry Kane. Look up Harry Kane finishing, and basically every single finish that he makes, he hits with the inside of his foot and he whips like this. He whips the ball to a corner. Marcus! My G, through the bane, Mark. So that's finishing. Like, I'm picking this corner, I'm hitting bottom right, I'm putting the ball in the corner, and they're hitting the ball like this, and they're whipping the ball there. And it's speed, but it's precision. So it's an interesting perspective. Okay, coach, why do teams sign up if knowing the team is not a part of the top performers? I don't understand the question. Why do teams sign up if knowing the team... Oh, why do teams sign up if knowing the team is not a part of the top... For tournaments. Okay, so I think you're asking why would we do that, or why would somebody do that? I like to do that because I like to show people the real level. And then people can understand that their kids are not as good as they think. But most of the time that just backfires on me, and parents say, well, you put them at a level they're not ready for. Yeah, I know that. I do that on purpose. They say they want to be a professional. You say you want to help them be a professional. They need to be challenged, and they either sink or swim. So that's why I would do that, and that's why I do that, if that's the question you're asking me directly. Let's see here. Thoughts on USSF coaching license, and what license do you have? I have to keep my mouth closed on that one because I'm actually about to take another license in a week. Once I finish, we can have that conversation. So I'll probably finish January. And then we can talk about all the licensing and all that stuff. But let me finish first, and then we can talk about the licensing and whatnot, and the process of it, and why and how and all that fun stuff. It's a good question. Good question. So I'll be happy to answer that. Totally agree about defensive. My son is a winger, but going into CDM, any device for switching roles. Okay, Lindsay, can we do a quick call? Would we be able to do that where you're on the live and I can help answer that real quick? Because I do need to get off in a couple of minutes, but I think it'll be easier to bounce ideas back and forth versus just me speaking through text. So I can try if you want. Like, there's a bunch of questions I have off the jump. That's going to take a while for you to get back an answer to, but basically it'd be, why is he switching from a winger to a center defensive mid? What age is he? What level is he playing at? Whose decision is it? Is it the coach? Is it the player? What is the, there's so many things. There's more too. Sorry, I'm just saying, like, it's hard for me to give you an honest answer. Like, I can give you from very basic generic stuff. I mean, defensive mid, that's the 6th position. Have you downloaded my position, roles, and responsibilities secret file yet? If you haven't, I would recommend, Lindsay, you go to my bio link, click it, and hit the download button. And that will pretty much answer your question of what he should be doing in that role. He's 10, so what is he, a 2013? Is that right? 2013? Right? Am I doing my math correctly? And then what do you define as top level? Hey, sorry, jump late into this live. I have a boy, 8 years old. He plays for Oaks FC in California. Honestly, I haven't heard of him, so I don't know anything about him. He's very passionate, very aggressive, plays center mid. He really wants to keep going. Any advice moving forward? Yeah, Mario, I do. I have some good advice. My advice should be go listen to or read my playbook, because your son is young enough that you can still make a big impact on him. And you can do that by reading the playbook, because that's exactly what I would do if my son was going through the system, step by step. All you have to do is go to my bio link on Instagram. If you're using YouTube, because there's some people watching on YouTube, then all you need to do is hit the description and you'll be able to see the information of it. Do you train girls? I do train girls. I've actually trained a lot of girls. Actually, the session, I posted one of my sessions yesterday, and there were 2 boys and 1 girl training. So I do train girls. I don't train as many girls as I do boys, but, typically the sessions are the same. Highest grassroots league in UK. Okay, well, that's good. It's going to be hard for me to give you reference for UK because I'm not in UK. But like I said, Lindsay, I would go to my bio link. I would download the secret file, the roles and responsibilities. And that is exactly what I believe players should do for their position. It's based on 11v11, but you can translate that for any age. And it shows their role in possession, out of possession, in transition moments, in set pieces. And then, probably the greatest thing about it is the game day objectives. To say, hey, this is what your child should be achieving in the game. Because most parents don't know what they should be achieving in the game. And then secondly, it's like parents and kids going blind. Like nobody's actually telling them, hey, these are things you should be trying to get in the game. Again, for your son, it's a little young, but you can use it. So not a problem. The camp was great. Thanks for giving back to the community. No problem, bro. I'm glad you liked it. Again, we're going to do another one. So if you want to participate, help share the information that we have and let's help blow it up, bro. We're just trying to, we're trying to be different. We're trying to make noise and we're trying to say, hey, it's okay. Cash cows, I'm talking to you. It's okay to give back to people. It's okay. It doesn't have to just be, let me just take money. You can give back. It's okay. So just be different, bro. Like the thing is be different and care about kids. So any other questions, guys? Any other questions? If you got something, let me know. I do have to get off in a couple of seconds to get back to work, but that's it, man. I enjoyed this. It was a good live. Fun. Again, making announcements about the camp and how we're going to be doing stuff and why we're doing it. And it's all about ball work, bro. Ball work, 1v1, dominate the ball, master the ball, be different, and make it work, bro. Get out there, be hungry, and kids that are obsessed are the ones that will make it somewhere. The ones that aren't won't. My personal opinion, but that's how the cookie crumbles, huh? So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. I will be doing more. I'll probably be doing YouTube more as well. I think it's another way to have additional content and more platform stuff for people, and that way I can keep it running and continue to give back. Again, why do I do this? I try to give back to people. I try to say, hey, listen, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. If you have questions, I will try and answer them and do the best that I can to help you guys. So without further ado, guys, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll do another live shortly, I'm sure. Ciao.